Joe, a raging alcoholic, is out getting drunk again in the dead of night. In his drunken stupor, he spots a woman holding an umbrella standing in the middle of the road. He thinks he's about to get lucky. But when he wakes up, there's not a soul beside him. At first, nothing seems off. But from that point on, he never sees another person again. One day, Joe wakes up to mind-blowing breaking news on TV. His ex-wife has been sexually assaulted and beaten to death, and his 3-year-old daughter, with no one to take her in, has to be sent to an orphanage. But here's the kicker. All the criminal evidence points straight to him. Joe is completely floored. This is clearly a setup, a deliberate frame job. After all, he's been locked up this whole time. But that also means he has zero chance to explain himself. He has no choice but to take the fall for this crime. A decade flies by, and Joe is now middle-aged. Then one day, he suddenly sees news about his daughter on TV. She's been adopted and is even learning to play the violin. Joe smiles, feeling a sense of relief wash over him. He's finally found a reason to keep living. Sometime later, his daughter appears in the news again. She's all grown up now, and on TV, she says that even though she hates her father, she still wants to see him once. She wants to know the reason behind his crime. Hearing this, Joe's emotions are all over the place. He's so engrossed that he doesn't notice the white smoke rising up. By the time he reacts, he's already passed out. When Joe comes to, he finds himself inside a suitcase. He takes a cautious look around, taking some comfort in knowing that the letters he wrote to his daughter were all sent out. However, the instant he turns his head, he spots a silhouette that's both familiar and unfamiliar. The woman with the umbrella whose chance encounter led to his wrongful imprisonment for 20 years. But the moment he stops her to ask for an explanation, a young man playing football socks him hard in the face. When he manages to locate that umbrella again in the crowd, the woman has already vanished without a trace. A female volunteer nearby notices his panicked expression and kindly offers him her business card, saying she's willing to help. Joe's reappearance after 20 years shocks his friends to no end. As he recounts his tragic experiences, his phone rings with a call from a mysterious person who ruthlessly mocks him for what he's been through. The caller tells Joe to reflect on why he's been treated this way, saying that if he can figure it out, he'll get to see his daughter again. Out of concern for his daughter and blind rage, Joe faints. But being a suspected wife killer, his friends don't dare take him to the hospital. That's when he remembers the woman's business card. When called, she doesn't hesitate to help, attentively caring for the unconscious Joe while explaining her background and offering to help him uncover the truth. Later, Joe heads to a bar alone to drown his sorrows. He makes a call to test the waters with the mystery person, but hears the same ringtone as his own coming from the row behind him. After a moment's hesitation, Joe suddenly leaps up, realizing his nemesis is right there before his eyes. But the other party is clearly prepared and knocks Joe to the ground. Unexpectedly, the mystery man wants to play a game. Joe has 2 days to figure out the mystery man's identity and why he imprisoned him for 20 years. If successful, the mystery man will clear his name of killing his wife and give him a priceless diamond. If Joe fails, the mystery man will go after him and his daughter. With no choice but to agree, Joe seeks help from the woman, knowing one man's power is limited. They quickly trace the cell phone ringtone to the man's high school alma mater. Since the phone was left by the mystery man, they deduce the clues must be related to the school. That night, they sneak into the school archives and find records of the mystery man and his sister through photographs. Looking at what's before his eyes, it all comes back to Joe. That incident, from his student days. He had inadvertently witnessed the mystery man's sister in a tryst with another man, who turned out to be the biological father of both siblings. Unable to face society's judgment, that father chose an extreme path. After shooting and killing his entire family, he took his own life. Only the mystery man miraculously survived. This was the reason for such vengeful acts against Joe. Now knowing the truth, Joe confronts the mystery man alone, giving him the answer to the game. But Joe is more concerned about his daughter's safety, having a nagging feeling that things aren't that simple. The mystery man takes Joe to the basement where, through the glass, Joe sees his daughter's doppelganger. As it turns out, the images of his daughter he saw on TV from beginning to end were all a ruse. At the end of the story, Joe sends the diamond to his daughter. As for himself, he returns to the prison that held him captive his entire life.